Hello everyone, Mr. Kaczynski with you. Going to start working on IXL's Algebra 1 skills in this video. This is the very first skill in Section A, numbers. Compare and order rational numbers. Pretty quick one for you today. Which sign makes this statement true? So this first sign says greater than, then less than, and then equal to, obviously. So I guess the way I would look at this is 4 over 31 is very, very small number, whereas 37 over 94, that's almost half of 94. 37 is almost half of 94. It's getting there anyway. So I would say that 4 over 31 is less than 37 over 94. Okay, so, or maybe, you multiply 31 by 3, that would be 93. That's pretty close to 94, but if you multiply 4 by 3, you get 12. Now you can see that 12 is much smaller than 37, so there's a good way to compare them too. All right, what about this here? We got negative numbers now. Negative, I would ignore, a lot of these. We can basically just look at the 0.8. Negative 6.8, negative 6.3. If you think about it on a number line, maybe, where would negative 6.8 fall? It would fall to the left of negative 6.3, right? Where 0 is somewhere over here. So again, this is less than. Less than. If the negative signs weren't there, it would be greater than. And 0.5 and 1/2, hopefully we know that those are the exact same number. One's in decimal form and one's in fraction form. All right, we also have these where we have to order them. This says from greatest to least. We're going to order from greatest to least. So 7 is the greatest of these three numbers. All right, and 10/25 is still positive, so that is greater than this last number, negative 16/20, which is negative. So the negative numbers are going to be the smallest ones. So 7, 10/25, negative 16/20. That's from greatest to least. As opposed to this one, which we have to do least to greatest. So I do have two negative numbers. All right. They're both somewhere between -1 and 0. Which one's closer to -1? That would be negative 16/25. All right. As opposed to negative 6/24, which is closer to 0. All right. Again, working least to greatest. 13/20 is somewhere between 0 and 1. It's a little bit more than a half. And 2 is the greatest of these four numbers. Now we're going from greatest to least. This will be our last example. All right, so there's only one number on here that is greater than 1, and that's 2.44, so it's the greatest of those five numbers. Sticking with the positives, both of these are between 0 and 1. Which one's closer to 1? 38/40. 0.04 is almost 0. Okay. Again, we have negative numbers. We're going from greatest to least. Negative 6/25 is somewhere between 0 and -1, and -2 is even further left of that on the number line. So I kind of have a number line in my head, and I'm looking at where these would fall. So that would be from greatest, 2.44, to least, -2. So real quick there, that's how you compare and order rational numbers. I'm sure you'll do great. Let me know how it goes in the comments.